Africa is the youngest and fastest growing continent in the world. More than 75% of Uganda's population is below the age of 30. 83.5% of the Ugandan population aged between 15 to 29 work in informal jobs, and that figure is 10% higher for younger women than men. Close to 70% of the youth reside in rural areas where decent employment and entrepreneurial opportunities remain limited. While many have attempted to migrate in search of better opportunities in urban areas, a significant proportion of those have ended up facing urban poverty due to lack of employment.
Every year we have more than 200,000 young people that are coming to the job market, that are graduating and are available to enter the job market. But you might find that only about maybe 20,000 of these can be placed. That spells a very huge rate of unemployment.
BRAC has been a trusted partner for Mastercard Foundation in Uganda over the years. Most recently, BRAC worked on the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program. The Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program provides academically talented yet financially disadvantaged young people, particularly from Africa, with access to quality and relevant secondary and university education. The program was launched in 2012 with a goal of reaching 5,000 beneficiaries. Students selected for the program receive a holistic set of financial, social, and academic support throughout their education and during their postgraduate transitions.
It's arguably one of the largest comprehensive scholarship programs that we've had here in this country. But along the way, we were able to have more than 500 additional young Ugandans accessing this education as a result of frugal use of resources.
Before I joined BRAC, I was under school sponsorship. Yeah, because my parents could not afford my tuition and most of my scholastic materials, but I was taken up by BRAC in 2014, like I said, and from then we were given tuition. I was with a group of other students. They definitely paid for me because I needed it. I really needed it, and I was a good performer. I guess it came in, but I really needed it. My family, we were very many siblings, and my mom was the only breadwinner. And me getting that scholarship kind of removed some burden on her.
Before Mastercard at BRAC found me, I was under the care of my grandmother. Since I lost my parents, the father and mother, that was in 2003 and 2006 respectively. So since that time, me and my younger brother were under the care of our grandmothers, since we had also lost the grandfathers. So my primary, I got a kind auntie of mine who owned a primary school, who called me to go and finish from there. Then for O-level, my grandmother took me to Mitiana, Modern SS, and she was the one who was getting the school fees, so she could pay it in quarters, halves, until it gets done. I had a teacher who was really my good friend. He brought some booklet of forms. They were pink in color, so he told me, you're going to fill this form before you go home. So that's how my journey with Mastercard Scholarship at BRAC started.
In addition to the mainstream formal education, there are those members who opted for alternative career paths. These are categorized as the Technical and Vocational Education and Training, TVET. BRAC Uganda is working with a total of 19 TVET institutions in central, eastern and northern Uganda in different trade specializations. A total of 272 scholars from the cohorts of 2014 to 2019 were oriented and placed accordingly to pursue courses of their interests. 107 TVET scholars expected to complete their studies in March 2021. 78 TVET scholars expected to complete their courses in December 2021. 87 TVET scholars expected to complete their courses in June 2022. The goal of TVET is to provide youth with alternative paths to the workforce in sectors like manufacturing, tourism, ICT, and agriculture.
I joined TVET because it involves practical skills, self-employment.
The skills I've gained through the workshops we've been having, they are the skills to live with in life.
Not many years from now, in the future, I see myself owning a salon. I become self-employed, able to create jobs for others.
TVET is very, very, very important in a way that these people graduate when they know what to do and how to do it. And I think TVET is a sure way to go for everyone, because people get the skills and they are confident in exhibiting these skills in the market.
The private sector remains one of the greatest drivers of youth employment and opportunities. The private sector has worked hand in hand with BRAC to provide opportunities for the youth through internship programs, at-work mentorship, career guidance, and providing direct employment.
What we are doing, and the way we are doing it, is to focus this initiative on especially those people that have left school, that have got ideas that they can be able to apply in terms of entrepreneurship and can be incubated. But more importantly, we want to tell the young people the story about soft skills, the integrity with which you come into business, the trust that you must have, because business is about partnerships. Among other things that we are doing under this program is internships, apprenticeships, and industrial training. These are going to be very important as we support producer groups to form. We need to talk to the industry and understand what the expectations are.
Beyond creating able and functional graduates, BRAC is working to create a self-sustaining operation through the alumni network, Mastercard Foundation Alumni at BRAC, MFABU.
Well, our network is formed in a way that we are looking at activities that are giving back to the communities, and then some of them are also creating some money for the network. For instance, we do a lot of SRHR, that is the Sexual Reproductive Health and Rights awareness and access to young people in different schools, and we're also developing our website. This website will be helping to connect our alumni. Their information, their CVs, and everything that they need to know about themselves to the world will be on that website. At the same time, we are developing these other companies. These companies will be helping to feed Mufabu in terms of a partnership, in terms of funding and all that.
In 2020, the world saw the emergence of the deadly coronavirus. Everything from businesses to schools came to a screeching halt, but BRAC was determined to keep rolling. The BRAC alumni were also benefiting during the outbreak by making innovative products like hand sanitizer and face masks that were essential during the crisis.
For all these people that we have, we always give them secondary opportunities where they gather together. We have like the Mastercard Foundation at BRAC, where the people who finished secondary school or colleges come together and they give back to the community. During COVID, one of the things that was of interest is that they worked in producing sanitizers, in producing masks that were branded. Among them are these.
We are doing the sanitizers, we are doing the face masks, we are doing the branding of pens and all other materials. So we basically be a supply and a producer company.
At BRAC, we still give the alumni who benefited from the scholarships that we give an opportunity to work.
Aside from the direct beneficiaries of the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program, the families and communities of the alumni have been positively affected as well.
With me being supported by BRAC, my mom could focus on my other siblings, and with me becoming the person that I am, I have given my siblings a good example. They all look up to me, actually. Most of them now are in school and are doing well in school, which is a good thing because apart from even my family, the community itself, I'd say it was a dull community before, but having a female, especially since I'm female, and it's not something that happens usually, yeah, and I'm doing medicine, it gives more other girls hope, my sisters, my brothers, yes. And on my mom, it also gave her, determination.
There was a remarkable change. One, we were renting because every money we could get would be used to sustain the children at school. And we were living in a house at school. Very small house, very ramshackle. Children were even sleeping under the bed. But because I had that relief, I started saving, and she also saved. Then we were able to build that small house that we have.
Now, none of this happens in a vacuum, and BRAC has established working relationships with the Ugandan Ministry of Education and Sports and with schools, teachers and communities to create a strong network of collaboration.
BRAC has really contributed so much to quality education. You remember I have said they have given opportunity to these rather vulnerable students to enroll in quality schools. BRAC has supported 68 students since 2013 in Buyukwe district, just amongst the many, about 5,000 that they are supporting nationwide.
BRAC has given hope to the hopeless. I want to tell you, I have looked at these children, and when some of them, you actually go deep and look at their family background, their lines, you appreciate that had it not been for BRAC, these kids would have died. There are quite a number of people who have got employment after, or connections because of the people they have studied with. So where would these poor kids have got the opportunity? I thank BRAC in a very special way.
Since the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program started in November 2012, BRAC has had 5,387 beneficiaries in 125 districts in Uganda.
This program has really fed into one of the objectives of the National Development Plan of increasing access. The reason, this is simple. If the program wasn't there, these many learners I've talked about wouldn't have been picked. And that would have affected the what? The access which the plan is looking at.
The Mastercard Foundation started the Young Africa Work Strategy with an ambitious goal of enabling 30 million young people in Africa to secure employment they see as dignified and fulfilling. BRAC is a trusted partner of the Mastercard Foundation, with robust organizational structures to contribute to Mastercard Foundation's Young Africa Works strategy.
Our proven and tested models for youth empowerment or youth skilling, our established network of institutions and organizations, private sector actors, as well as the, large number of alumni that we have, we should be able to contribute to the Young Africa Work strategy by ensuring that the young people of this country have the right skills, the relevant skills for the market.
With organizational presence in 113 districts, BRAC intends to reach between 3,000 to 4,000 youth and women in those districts, or over 400,000 youth and women as part of the Young Africa Work strategy in Uganda. BRAC has been able to reach 240,000 people in areas like refugee settlements through its microfinance, and will additionally scale that financial inclusion to 500,000 people as part of its Young Africa Work strategy. BRAC Uganda is also growing learning centers to provide additional ongoing skilling to youth and women as a way of sharing evidence-based knowledge and innovation. Because ICT will play an essential role in the workplace of the future, BRAC Uganda will work to expand its e-learning platform and also ensuring the youth to take part acquiring ICT soft skills like website design, online marketing, and setting up their own online stores. BRAC, as a trusted Mastercard Foundation partner for many years, envisions a Uganda where the youth, who are the future of the country, are given every opportunity to succeed.